Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So let's start. At the beginning of the story, we see a world where a special kind of people named Ajin lived. Actually, Ajin were immortal people who could withstand any kind of attack and could have revived themselves with the help of their powers. And to gather more information about these powers, the governments also formed a committee named Ajin. After this, we see a man named Ken Gai who was walking on the road, but subtly he collided with a car. But despite this, his body came back to right on its own, which meant that he is also an Ajin. But before this accident, Ken Gai was living a normal life. And now, as soon as the news of his being an Ajin spread, the Ajin committee takes him with them, where they started experimenting on him in different ways. And Ken Gai was the third Ajin of the government lying here. Even before this, the government had already experimented on two Ajins. The job of Chief Tosaki of the Ajin committee was to convey as much information as possible about these Ajins to the government. And he had asked the doctor to amputate the arms and legs of Ken Gai so that people be able to see them become right again. Ken Gai was still unable to understand what was happening to him. While a government officer was taking information about these experiments from Tosaki, he was attacked in the lab by two intruders named Tanaka and Sato, where they started killing all the guards, after which Sato told Ken Gai through the camera that he and Tanaka had come there only to save Ken Gai, and also told how he had killed Tanaka in the same way a few years ago, also saved. Upon hearing this, Tozaki immediately ordered all the guards to use a special injection to stop Tanaka and Sato. But as soon as the injection was applied to Sato's hand, so he threw his hand away, and after that he girated his hand again, which clearly meant that he was also an Ajin. And Tanaka and Sato were the only two criminals whom the government caught first. And after some time, Sato eliminated all the guards and reached Ken Gai, where after freeing him, Sato gave him a gun in his hand and told him to shoot all the remaining doctors, but Ken Gai clearly refused to do so. After which Sato himself shot a doctor, but Ken Gai did not like what he said, and that he started firings at Sato himself, after which he ran away from there along with the doctor. But after a while, they found them and killed the remaining doctors. After which he was moving towards Ken Gai, because despite being an Ajin, he had supported the humans. The Sato brought out his shadow from within him, which was the proof of his being an Ajin, and the Ken Gai also called his shadow. After this, the shadows of both of them started fighting among themselves, and taking advantage of this, Ken Gai tried to run away from there, and when Sato moved forward to catch him, Ken Gai attacked him with his shadow. But after coming back alive after some time, Sato and Tanaka decided to talk to all the news people. For this, Tanaka took the form of a patient, with which Sato at straight to the news channel people, where he told in front of everyone about the atrocities being committed by the Ajin committee today. He also told how he had saved Tanaka from the doctor, and to prove his point true, he told about a website on which Tanaka's experiment were conducted. There was a video of this. And lastly, while concluding his speech, Sato said that humans and Ajins cannot live together, and they need a separate country. But after Sato's revelations, this news spread rapidly across the country, and now everyone was talking about it. Next morning, we see Ken Gai in a village, where he meets an old woman who thinks Ken Gai looks like her grandson, and she invites Ken Gai to come to her house. On the other hand, Ken Gai's sister Eriko, who was admitted in the hospital, came to know about her brother from the TV news, and shortly thereafter, Tozaki's assistant Ishumi reached him to inquire about Ken Gai. But Eriko herself had no knowledge about her brother, and subtly Tanaka's shadow attacked Ishumi, whom Tanaka was passing by, sitting outside the hospital. But in reality, Ishumi was also a Jin, and she immediately summoned her shadow to face Tanaka, after which the fight started between them. And as soon as he finds out about Ishumi's secret, Tanaka comes straight inside the hospital to eliminate him. But by the lot of people had gathered around them, seeing whom Tanaka slightly with back from there. And here Tozaki was busy in proving his and the government's innocency in front of the entire media. He said that all the allegations made by Sato are also baseless and completely false. And here Kengai was also living in that old lady's house, and now he oft used to help that old lady in her work. But the one day he heard about his sister on the radio, on hearing which he immediately hid himself and with to meet his sister. Here he knew that Tanaka and Sato could attack his sister again. That is why he brought his sister with him to that woman's house. Gradually, Kengai started working hard to make himself stronger, and now he was also learning to control the shadow pressed inside him. Meanwhile, Sato also released a video in which he threatened the government and said that all his demands should be accepted as soon as possible. And if it did not do so, he threatened to destroy the health ministry. Along with this, while telling the date of the attack, he asked all the Ajins to join him. On the same day of the attack, the health minister was sitting absolutely fearless. And according to him, no one would do any harm to him with the police standing outside. But the plane flew straight and collided with the health ministry building. Actually, Sato was flying this plane, and being an Ajin, he brought himself back to life. Many Ajins had also reached outside to support these 60 people. But as soon as Sato came out of the building, the police started firing at him. But the Tanaka, sitting on top of another building, started firing at the policeman so that they would have time to recover. And as soon as Sato regained consciousness, he eliminated all the policemen with the help of his Ajin powers. After this, he made another video in which he ordered Tozaki and the government to evacuate Tokyo City within 2 days. And if they did not do so, he said that he would spread poisonous gas in the entire city. On the other hand, as soon as the villagers got the news of Kengai being a stranger, Kengai and Eriko had to hastily run away from that old lady's house. During this time, Tozaki talked to Sato and asked him to give him another city in exchange of Tokyo, to which Sato clearly refused. And he started saying that only those who are more powerful should get the better city. After hearing this, Tozaki came out of the office. His eyes fell on Kengai, standing in the crowd, who was ready to help the government in fighting Sato. But one condition for this work was that the government should protect his sister Eriko. And along with this, after defeating Sato, Kengai sought a new identity for himself so that he could live comfortably with his sister. After which, Tozaki accepted his condition, after which Kengai, along with the government, started making a plan to defeat Sato and his associates. Because Tanaka was imprisoned in the research lab for 4 years, and he hated humans for 60 years because of the experiments done on him, and now both of them's sole objective was to save the Alice from humans. After 2 days, Sato and his were fully prepared to attack the government, and according to the plan, first of all, one of his into the government office and hacked their system, while Tanaka imprisoned all the people pressed inside the building. After which, they started moving towards the roof of the building to release the urban gas. But the Tozaki found that news hacker and placed his gun on him. And here, Tanaka, along with some of his friends, had reached the gas room. But suddenly a black thing surrounded them from all sides. Actually, this thing was created by Kengai with the help of his shadow, and taking advantage of this thing, the policeman gave a special injection on Tanaka and his companions, attacked with it. On the other hand, Sato was pressed at a wood shop, but in the next second, he reached inside the building. Actually, Tanaka had cut off Sato's hand and took it with him in the bag, with the help of which Sato kept himself alive inside that room. Have done. And this trick of his had surprised Kengai and the policeman because none of them had thought of this. And as soon as the policeman tried to attack him, Sato, with the help of his shadow, killed them. After eliminating the policeman, he woke Tanaka back up, and both of them went straight to collect the deadly gas. As soon as he got gas, he ran like a roof at full speed. Here he had also called Kengai, but after some time, Kengai reached there to stop him, and within no time, a dangerous fight started between them and there. On the other hand, the shadows of both of them were also fighting in your eyes. Tozaki had found Tanaka, but the Tanaka attacked him with the help of his shadow, but Isumi reached there at the right time to save him, after which a fight started between them, in which the shadows pressed inside both of them were also fighting equally, and in the midst of this fight, Tozaki found the right opportunity and attacked Tanaka with a special injection, after which he became unconscious on the spot. Here, there was still a fight going on between Kengai and Sato, but seeing this new form of Kengai, Sato was very impressed and the Kengai very cleverly inserted the injection on Sato's leg, but in the meantime, he also got an injection. The hand was cut. Despite Sato being unconscious, the shadow inside him was still alive and he immediately killed Sato to bring him back to life. Seeing this, Kengai was very disappointed as he did not have the strength to fight anymore. But as soon as Sato moved forward to attack him, many policemen reached there and froze both of them with liquid nitrogen gas, due to which both of them froze on the spot, after which the policemen made them small ice statues, destroyed and cleaned the small pieces, so that both of them could not bring themselves back to life. But after some time, Kengai brought himself back to life with the help of his hand, which was cut off in the fight. After this, he broke the glass and ran straight outside. And it is here in this movie. That's it. If you like the video, like it and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. So please like, share, and subscribe to channel. Thank you.